I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with the 2020 718 Cayman. Thrilled to finally have a couple of these in stock. We went without any for quite a while, and we finally have a couple. We just got in this one as well as one other standard Cayman and Cayman S, so there are a couple in stock to choose from. So let's talk a little bit about just what a Cayman is first, and then I'll talk about this guy in particular. So the Cayman is our mid-engined sports car, so engine is placed just kind of right here, but behind the front seats, which obviously makes for a great balance front to rear, and just offers itself up to kind of just a really nice proportion of the car. You know, mid-engine sports cars like your Ferraris and all that stuff, obviously they do that for maximum performance, but way higher price point than we have on the Cayman. So, you know, this one's just under 90,000, and you have that really exotic mid-engine look, which I think is just outstanding. So this standard Cayman model will make 300 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque in this small lightweight package. That is a ton of power, makes the car feel very quick. This particular one has the PDK, Porsche's dual clutch transmission, so it really makes the most out of that horsepower. So let's dive a little bit more into this guy specifically. So exterior first, this is black. It's the standard black. You can get the metallic black as well. It kind of sparkles a little bit in the sunlight, but I find just the classic regular black looks great, and always looks great. Resale is always good on it. Everybody always likes a black sports car. Wheels on this one are a 20-inch. This is the 20-inch Carrera S wheel. Standard size on the Cayman would have been 18 inches, so these are considerably bigger than the standard ones, and really do a lot to just improve kind of the impact and overall aesthetics of the car. Other stuff outside, you notice up front it has the full LED headlight, so that's the top level. These ones will start with by xenon, and then you can make that dynamic, and then you've got the LEDs, which are also dynamic, so these will turn with the steering wheel. They'll look further down the road as you speed up, and they'll have the auto high beam function, so if it sees somebody coming the other way, it'll turn the high beams off so it's not to dazzle that oncoming driver. Moving on to the inside. Standard black interior, which is by far the most popular one, and then I mentioned the PDK, the dual clutch transmission, so you can just put it in drive and treat it like a regular automatic, or you have the paddles and it will shift very, very quickly. You can take over with the paddles at any time, and the whole idea behind the dual clutch is it already has the next gear pre-selected, so when you pull that paddle, it's an instantaneous shift. Outstanding transmission. But some other content that we put in. So starting with the seats, this one has the Sport Plus seat, which means it's a little bit more heavily bolstered than the standard seat. But what a lot of people don't realize is that also makes the seats fully leather with the Porsche smooth finish leather. If you go with just the standard seat, it's actually a vinyl material. It's not quite as nice to the touch. The smooth leather is really nice. So when you go to that Sport Plus seat, it changes the shape to wrap around a bit more, but also adds genuine leather on the seat as well as the three armrests across. So really nice touch. I'd like to see that. No packages on this one. Everything was optioned individually. So let's see what we've got here. We have those seats are heated and ventilated. Both things are optional on the Cayman, but we tend to equip all of ours with that. Also, the steering wheel. We went with a smaller GT Sport steering wheel with the multifunction. So you've got your controls on the wheel and steering wheel heating. The GT wheel, it's only very minimally smaller when you look at the measurement on paper, but in your hands when you're driving the car, it feels much better. I always really strongly recommend that GT steering wheel on these cars. In addition to that, we put in the comfort access, so you just touch the door handle to unlock it, and you can leave your key in your pocket, so you're just turning that ignition switch when you get into the car. Without it, you do have to plug the key into the dash. It also has the Bose audio. It has Apple CarPlay. So with these cars, some of them will be equipped with Porsche's navigation system. Some will have the Apple CarPlay kind of in lieu of that, or you can do both. Most of the ones that we're building for our inventory, we'll do with just the Apple CarPlay, because that's what most of our clients end up ordering. Obviously, with that, you can use either your Google Maps or Apple Maps or Waze. All that stuff's going to be compatible, and it's always up to date. And you don't have to learn a new system, so most people tend to gravitate towards that one. So that's again what we put in here. Now, on the performance side, we also put in the Sport Chrono package. So that gives you the drive mode selector on the steering wheel, so you can switch from a normal mode to Sport, which will sharpen your throttle, change your shift points, and activate the Sport exhaust, which won't be on the optional list on this car because they actually made it a standard feature on these cars a couple of years ago. So they always have that button you can press to make the exhaust sound just a little bit more exciting, kind of pop a little bit more, and yeah, just be a little bit louder as well. All the cars have it. Sport mode will engage that. Also Sport Plus mode, when you have the PDK, which obviously this does, you get launch control too, so you can really maximize your acceleration times. If you are racing somebody, you get that perfect race start every time. Really, really cool, super fun. Not used all the time, but when you do use it, it works great. And then the Sport Response button as well, kind of like a push to pass button in the center of that drive mode selector. Very cool. You press it, it gears down, kind of just puts you right in that power band to give you all the performance available instantaneously. You get 20 seconds that kind of count down where that power is available. But when it counts down, you can just reset it over and over again, so it gives you that time limit, but not really. You can kind of take advantage and use it as much as you'd like. And then we also did with this one the extended range fuel tank. So a sometimes overlooked option, but those who select it often gives the feedback that they love it. It's not huge, right? Again, on paper, it looks like just a little bit more capacity in the tank, but when you're doing longer drives on the car, it just means you've got to stop that much less frequently, and it really tends to improve the overall enjoyability of your driving experience. So we put that in this one as well. And I think that pretty well sums up the content. So really beautiful car, classic color, and a good equipment level, and hey, available now. You don't have to order it. So I hope you do enjoy this one. You want to come down and take a look, you're welcome to do so. We can take you for a spin. But if not, as I mentioned, we finally have a couple of other ones in stock. So check out those videos as well. If they're not up yet, they will be very soon. Thanks for watching.